So let's come into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Start closing your eyes, breathing, letting the eyes, letting the shoulders relax. Letting the elbows become soft. Inviting a little smile onto your face, helping it soften the area around the mouth, the nose, and the forehead. And just taking some time here, check in with the body, check in with the breath. You can start deepening the inhale, maybe coming to that 5-count inhale. And an 8-count exhale. This is also a good time to set an intention for your practice this morning. Anything that comes to mind. And then slowly start drawing circles with the upper body. Using that whole upper body, pushing the chest out to the front, moving over to the side, rounding your back, moving over to the other side, getting as expansive as possible. And then start going the other way around. And then coming back to center. Interlace the fingers, bringing the forearms together all the way down to your elbows, lifting the elbows up as high as the shoulders, and then slowly start rotating your wrists, but keeping the forearms attached. So you're creating that rubbing sensation, creating some heat. And then start going the other way around. Then coming to stillness, keep the fingers interlaced and bring the arms up over your head. And then slowly flip the palms. So your palms are pointing up towards the sky. Using your inhale to really push the hands back, opening the heart. Exhale, rounding the back, bringing the hands down towards the ground. The palms keep facing out. Inhale, come all the way back up, bringing the arms up over your head. Exhale, back down, rounding. Do this a couple more times. Opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. And then releasing the hands out to your sides. Let the palms face up. The arms are halfway lifted. And then lift them just a little bit higher than that halfway point. And imagine your fingers are being pulled away to the sides. And then additionally start pushing the arms back. So you can feel your shoulders opening, you can feel your chest opening. Gently engaging the core. Continue breathing. And slowly release the hands all the way back down into your lap. Close your eyes here for a moment. And then gently open the eyes again. We're gonna lift the arms up again with the palms facing up, but this time even higher, coming to that 45-degree angle. Then same thing here, start pushing the arms back. Your shoulders are dropping down, fingers are pushing up and back. You're really feeling that heart space open. Your shoulders are getting a big, big stretch. Exhale, bringing everything back down into your lap and close your eyes. And then gently open the eyes again. Bring the arms all the way up over your head with the palms facing forward. Fingertips are pointing up towards the sky, so you're really pulling them up high. Engage the core by pulling the belly button in, and then letting the arms move out to the back. But you're keeping that core engagement to make sure the lower back stays safe. Crown of the head is reaching up, gaze is relaxing down. And slowly bring the arms all the way back down into your lap. Close the eyes, lengthen the spine. And then from here, we'll make it into a little twist, starting to twist over to the right. Bring your left hand onto your right leg, nice and soft, so you're not cramping the fingers into the leg. Right hand walks out behind you. Right shoulder is pushing back, left shoulder is pointing forward. Let your gaze go over the right shoulder towards the back, gently tugging your chin here. And then using your inhale to lengthen the spine and your exhale to come a little bit deeper. Maintaining softness in the body and in the mind. And slowly coming out of it, coming back to center. And we will walk all the way over to the other side. Letting the gaze go over the left shoulder towards the back, tugging your chin here. And then again, using that inhale to lengthen the spine and the exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Check on your right fingers, making sure they're not cramping into the leg. And then slowly coming back to center. Always coming out of our twist slowly. We're going to come up onto all fours. So remove what you're sitting on out to the side. Intentionally putting the hands down. So watching where you move, watching how you move. Pushing the thumb, index finger, and pinky finger into the ground. Tops of the feet are pushing down. And then with your inhale, slowly start leaning forward. Exhale, hips are pushing back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. A couple more like this. Feeling this nicely in the wrists and the forearms. And then coming back to center. Turn your fingers outwards, so your fingers are pointing out to the sides of the mat. Wrists are still below the shoulders. Then slowly start moving your shoulders from left to right. You might feel this in the wrists, in the hips, and the forearms. Wherever you feel the most tightness, try breathing into it. coming back to stillness. Keep turning the fingers until they are facing towards the knees. It's all good if you can't turn them all the way in and your hands are somewhere at 45-degree angle. It's all good. Bringing the thumb to the fingers and then slowly start leaning back first with your exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And just do a couple more like this. And then next time you're leaning back, come all the way back, just sit down on your heels, gently shake out the hands. And then come back onto all fours. Walk your hands slightly forward, about 2 to 3 inches. Push the palms down, tuck the toes under, and then use your exhale to lift the hips, coming into a first downward dog for this morning. You can walk your dog out here, pushing one heel down, then the other, dropping the chest in between the shoulders. Belly is moving towards the legs. I'm gonna be here for about 5 more breaths. So take this time, maybe do a little body check, see how everything is feeling. Now with your next inhale, coming into a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. Push the tops of the feet into the ground, really engaging the legs so your kneecaps are lifting. Pushing into your hands with your inhale, coming into an upward facing dog. Your knees can be on the ground or they can be lifted. So really just checking in, see how it feels for your lower back. Shoulders push back and down, tops of the feet are pushing down. Letting the gaze gently go forward, nicely stretching the belly roof. And then with your next exhale, pushing the hips up, rolling over your feet, coming back into a downward dog. Pushing the heels down towards the ground, little bend in the knees, making this feel good. And then slowly walk your hands to your feet. Coming into this forward fold at the back of the mat. Letting the hands land on the mat wherever it feels good. Little bend in the knees to support the hamstrings and the lower back. Letting the belly melt down towards the legs. Head is hanging down softly. Grab your opposite elbows here, letting the forearms hang down towards the ground, maybe swinging from side to side, seeing how the pose feels different in different moments. And then bringing the hands back down to the ground. Bending the knees to the point where your palms can fully push into the mat. You're just planting them down where it feels good. Start pushing into the palms, gently leaning forward. It's almost like your shoulders are going in front, so beyond the wrists. Lift the heels up, coming onto your tippy toes. The gaze goes towards your feet or in between your thumbs. Really imagine you're pushing your butt cheeks up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing into your palms. Exhale, bring the heels back down, melt the belly down. With your next inhale, walk your hands out to the front of the mat, coming into a high plank. Shoulders are over the wrists. Butt and hips are at the height of the shoulders. If you need more stability, you can bring your feet wider apart. So going to a place where you feel really stable. With the next inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right shoulder. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale in. 2 more. Exhale in. Inhale out. Last one. Exhale in. Extend it out and come back to your downward dog. Coming back to your breath here, melting down. Inhale, come back into your high plank. Exhale when you arrive. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. 2 more. And last one. And coming back to your downward dog. Feel free to come into a child's pose. If you want to find some extra relaxation, extra reset. And then slowly bring the knees down to the ground. Walk the hands out towards the front of the mat. Feet slide out towards the back. We're moving into a little bit of a puppy pose flow. So the hips stay over the knees. And then slowly drop the chest down towards the ground, keeping the arms straight. Letting the gaze go forward, keeping the hips pushing back. Inhale, pushing into the palms, lift the chest up. Exhale, melt back down. Really letting those shoulders open. If there's popping, cracking happening, it's all good. If it's really strenuous on your neck, you can bring your forehead down to the mat and have that position of the head. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, pushing into the palms, coming up with the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, melting down one last time. Pushing into the palms, slowly sliding yourself forward onto your belly. Make a pillow with the hands. Bring your forehead onto your hands. Let the heels fall out to the sides. And just gently move your hips from side to side. And then coming back to stillness, lift the head up. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders so they're right next to your chest. Push the tops of the feet into the mat, engaging the quads, engaging the kneecaps. So your kneecaps are lifting up. And then with your inhale, start lifting the upper body. You're pushing that lower belly into the mat. And then lift your hands up about shoulder height. So it's kind of like a half locust with only the front of the body lifting. Making sure the back of the neck is nice and long. So letting the gaze go about a foot in front of the mat. The legs are engaged. You can gently squeeze the glutes. Exhale, come back down. Make a pillow with your hands, relaxing your forehead or your cheek down. And lifting the head back up. Bring the hands back next to the chest, below the shoulders. Tops of the feet are still pushing down into the ground again. So we're engaging the legs. Use your inhale to lift the shoulders up, lift the upper body up, shoulders push back and down. Lift the hands up again about shoulder height. Continue breathing. Maybe gently squeezing the glutes, really keeping that engagement in the legs that will help you. Exhale, come back down. Make a pillow with the hands. Maybe this time the other hand on top. Let the heels just fall out to the sides, relaxing the legs. And then we're going to do one more round. So bringing the hands back to that side of the chest, pushing the tops of the feet down, down, down. Use your inhale to start lifting the upper body, then lift the arms up high. And for that last round, maybe play with lifting the legs up, keeping the feet close together. The back of the neck is nice and long. Squeeze the glutes a little bit more. Lifting up a little bit higher. See if you can really challenge yourself. Exhale, come back down. Make a pillow with your hands. Bring the legs out to your side. So we're coming to this little sleeping crocodile. Bringing the legs as far out as works for your body so you can really feel this in your outer legs and your hips. Toes are pointing outwards, heels are pointing inwards. You're gonna let your chin come down to your hands. It's okay if your hands are not aligned in line with your elbows. You're just trying to find a comfortable position for your head, letting the gaze gently go forward, melting the hips down towards the ground. Focus on breathing into your lower back, into those tight spots in the hips. Also, if after a while you feel like your body is adjusting, feel free to bring the legs out further and just see how far you can take it today. And then we'll really nice and slow bring the feet back in by bringing one foot in, then the other, bring the knees in closer, then the feet again. So this might have been pretty intense, so I want to go nice and slow. I'm gonna bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tugging the toes under. And then from here, see if you can use your inhale to push all the way up into your plank. And then your exhale to come into your downward dog. If that is not accessible, you can always come onto all fours and then moving your down dog from there. The modifying, remembering that this is your practice. You're the one who knows your body. Respecting where your body is at today. Pushing the left heel into the mat. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Keeping the hip level to the ground. Pointing the right toes. Keep pushing the belly towards that left leg. So you're still dropping the chest. With your next inhale, bring that right knee into your chest, shoulders move over the wrist, and step that right foot all the way through in between the hands. Left foot comes down at an angle about 45 degrees. Both hips are pointing towards the front, bending the right knee. Using the next inhale to come all the way up into your warrior one. You can bring the arms up over your head or to heart center, yogi's choice. Gently engaging the core. Making sure the shoulders are dropping down wherever you are. Sinking a little bit deeper into that right knee, pushing the left hip forward. With the next inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, melting down into your pyramid pose. You can bring your hands down to the ground. You can bring it down to your blocks or your books. You can keep a little bend in the right knee to make this more accessible. Letting the head hang down softly. Left hip is still pushing forward. Then we're going to bring the hands to heart center. You can definitely start bending your front knee here, coming up onto the ball of the back foot. Start rocking forward, lifting that back leg up, coming into a warrior three on an airplane pose. Making sure that left hip stays level to the ground. If this is a little bit too much this morning, you can always bring that left foot down to the ground and stay here like this with the big toe just touching the ground. Wherever you are. Maybe play with extending the arms out to the front. And then we will all bring that left foot to the front of the mat to meet your right foot. Bring the hands to heart center. Close your eyes here. Feeling the feet grounding into the mat. Feeling the warmth in the body. Feeling that connectedness. With the next inhale, bring the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step one foot to the back of the mat. Step the other foot to the back of the mat. Letting the shoulders be over the wrists, so you're coming into your high plank. Feel free to modify here with your knees down or any other modification. Making sure the crown of the head is reaching forward. All the parts of the body that feel like they're dropping down, see if you can lift them up a little bit. Exhale, lift the hips up, coming into your downward dog. Pushing your right heel down, using the next inhale to lift the left leg up high towards the sky. Again, keeping the left hip level to the ground, pointing the left toes, dropping the chest down, belly is moving towards that right leg. Inhale, bring the left knee into the chest, shoulders move over the wrist. And step that left foot all the way through. Exhaling here. The right foot comes slightly in. The heels are aligned. Right toes are pointing about 45 degrees to the side. Bending the left knee. Pushing the hips together. Use your inhale to bring the arms up. Bring the upper body up. Hands can be at heart center or over your head, picking what works for you. Make sure both hips are facing forward like the headlights of the car. Inhale, straightening the front leg. Exhale, melting down into your pyramid pose. You can use your blocks to land on the blocks. You can bend that left knee wherever you are. Check on your hips, making sure that the right hip is gently shifting forward. And then just keep melting that belly down towards that left leg. Head is hanging down heavy. Slowly bringing the hands to heart center, bending that left knee, lifting that right heel, start leaning forward, start lifting that back leg up. Again, you can take that modification with that right leg, right foot down on the ground, just the big toes touching the ground. Maybe play with extending the arms out in front of you, keeping the palms together. Keep pointing that right foot if that leg is lifted. And then slowly bring that right foot to meet your left foot. Bring the hands down to heart center. Close your eyes here. Inhale, bring the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step one foot to the back. Step the other foot to the back, coming back into your high plank here. And then from here, lower all the way down onto your belly, nice and slow, bending the elbows. Elbows are pointing out to the back, landing on the mat, coming onto your forearms here, making sure the hips are nice and comfortable. And then coming down with the chest, arms are on your sides. Bend one knee, then the other. And then bringing your left hand to your left ankle or foot from the inside. Your right hand to your right ankle from the inside. So you can grab ankle or foot, depending on what works for your body. Keeping the knees in line with your hips so you're not letting them flare out. Use your next exhale to start kicking those feet into your hands, lifting the legs, lifting the chest. Letting the gaze go slightly forward, really feeling that opening in the shoulders. Check on the knees, keeping them in. Keep breathing here. Exhale, slowly come back down. Make a pillow with your hands. Let your forehead or your cheek rest on your hands. Feel free to move your hips around, make it feel good. If there's tightness in the lower back, you might release it. And slowly lifting the head back up, coming up onto like a little bit of the arm, just so you can lift the chest up, bend the knees, and then this time grabbing one leg at a time, but grabbing it from the outside. Check on the knees again, making sure the knees are hip width apart. And then this time, let's use the exhale to lift up. So gently pushing the legs into the hands, lifting up as high as you can. Check on those knees, letting the gaze go forward so the head is this nice extension of the spine. Make sure you're not shortening your breath. Exhale, come back down nice and slow. Make a pillow with the hands. Let yourself melt down. Perfect. And we're going to do this one last time. For that last round, you can pick whichever variation you like better. So do whatever you like better. Just getting ready, bringing one hand at a time to the feet, pushing the knees nicely together, and then gently just come into it when you're ready. If you want to play with rocking back and forward, I only recommend doing that if your stomach is somewhat empty. Otherwise, it might make you feel a little bit not so fun. Nice little massage for your organs. And then we will slowly come all the way back down. Make a pillow with your hands resting your chin or forehead, or maybe your cheek. And then make your way back into a downward dog in whichever way works for you. I'm gonna pedal it out here. It should feel really nice in the hamstrings and the lower back. And then slowly start walking your feet to the front, keeping the legs as straight as possible, pushing into the palms, coming onto your fingertips towards the end. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing. Head comes up last. Bring the feet close together. Arms are on your sides with the palms facing forward. And then slowly start coming up onto your tippy toes. So really lifting the heels up, crown of the head is pointing up towards the sky. Shoulders are dropping down, fingers are kind of shooting down at a 45-degree angle into the ground. And then while staying on your tippy toes, start bending the knees, lowering the hips down towards the heels. sitting down on your heels. You can always bring yourself all the way down already if this is not working for you, and just sit down on the mat. And then we will all sit down on the mat. And sitting down about how in the middle of the mat, keeping the knees bent, feet are pushing down. Bring the arms out in front of you with the palms pushing together. And then slowly start lowering down, vertebra by vertebra. You're going nice and slow, rolling in like a little wave. Extending the legs out long. Push the palms into the ground. Push the lower back into the ground. Push the heels into the ground. It's called the push apparently. And with the next inhale, lift the right leg up, up, up as high as you can towards the sky, towards the body. Exhale back down. Inhale back up. Exhale back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Really pushing the palms into the ground to support. And last one. Then we'll do the same thing on the left side. So the right heel is pushing down. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale down. Check on your lower back, making sure you're still pushing it down. And 2 more. Last one. Bring the knees into the chest, hug them in tightly. And then grab your hamstrings, rock back and forth a couple of times, giving your back a little massage. And then coming into a seat with the legs out long in front of you. Grab your blocks or your books. If you don't have any of this, it's all good. You can actually do this without. It's just going to be a little bit more challenging. There's nothing wrong with that either. So if you feel that the first round of doing this on your blocks or books is too easy for your liking, feel free to remove the blocks and just push into the ground instead. So you're gonna bring the blocks just below the hips, so it's between the hips and the knees. You can push that nicely in here. We're gonna really push the palms into the books or blocks. The heels are pushing down into the ground. We're gonna practice some L-sits. So you're gonna start leaning forward with the upper body, and then use your exhale to really push into the palms, lift the butt up. Legs stay straight. Keep breathing here. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, down. 2 more. And last one. And coming down. Yay. Move the blocks out to the side. Keep the knees bent. Make your way back onto your back. Bring that right knee into the chest. Hug it in tightly. And then slowly bring it over to the left, coming into a little twist. The right arm can move out to the right. Check on the right shoulder, making sure it stays glued to the ground. Letting your gaze go either up or over to the right. Feel free to close your eyes here. Melting into the ground. And slowly coming back to center. Bring the left knee in, put the right foot down. You can keep the knee bent as well. Hugging that left knee into the chest. And then slowly bring it all the way over to the right. Maybe letting that left arm move out to the left, the side where you would like your gaze to go. Maybe closing your eyes or just keeping it closed through the transitions. Check on the left shoulder. And then coming back to center, bringing both knees into the chest. Give yourself a big hug. And we will slowly extend one leg out, extend the other leg out. Bringing your arms to your sides with the palms facing up, giving the armpits some room to breathe, melting into our final, most important pose. Time to absorb the nutrients of our practice. Maybe also coming back to the intention we set in the beginning. Would you honor that intention? And then slowly start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let the movement spread out into your arms and your legs. Bring your legs together. Bring your arms over your head on the ground, giving yourself a big, big stretch. And then bring the knees into the chest. Hug yourselves like you love yourself here. And then for a little energetic finish, start rocking back and forth from your hips to your shoulders. Keeping the eyes closed if that works for you. Coming back up into a seat with the eyes still closed. Drop the chin down towards your chest. Bring the hands to heart center. Taking a moment of gratitude for showing up on your mat for your practice. for our little community that we have. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be kind. Namaste. Thanks for joining me this morning.